Welcome to Trivia Fight Night. This is your weekly battle of the wits, pitting host Billy Hoffman against various guests of intellectual ability in a 3-round trivia face-off. 2 fighters will enter the ring and 1 will emerge victorious. Will the fight end with a judge's decision, TKO, or the dreaded knockout? Now, let's step in, square up, touch gloves, and have a clean fight. This is Trivia Fight Night.
Hello, everybody. Billy Hoffman here, the host of Trivia Fight Night, and this episode is a bonus episode for all the patrons of Trivia Fight Night. How do you become a patron? You can head right over onto our website, triviafightnight.com, and click on the Support Us on Patreon link. Basically, this is a way for people who are creators to be rewarded and supported for the time, effort, and let's be honest, money that we put into producing this entertainment for you. This is a preview of one of the episodes that patrons get. Now, how does that work? Well, basically, when you become a patron, you get emailed a link. You then copy and paste that link into your podcast player, be it iTunes, Overcast, Stitcher, Podbean, doesn't matter. And it basically subscribes you to a private, exclusive feed for you. It shows up in your podcast player as a totally different show. It shows up as Trivia Fight Night Patreon exclusive feed. It's pretty simple. The logo's a little different, but other than that, it'll appear and download auto to your device just like the regular episodes do. Now, this right here, this bonus little preview is on the regular feed. And the reason it's on the regular feed is it's just not the full game, but I wanted to give you a taste or an appetizer to what you're missing out on by not being on the Patreon feed. And it's pretty simple. All you got to do again, triviafightnight.com, click on the Support Us on Patreon link. Now, this episode is Friends versus Full House. I invite my friend Jeremy Cahnmann back in. You might recognize that name. He is the guy behind Brain Bash Trivia. He did a regular episode of Trivia Fight Night, stepped into the ring, and kicked my butt. He is a massive Friends fan. So massive that he actually hosts Friends Trivia Leagues. And I'm a passing Full House fan, so it's interesting to see our 2 favorite shows butt heads against each other. So I ask him Friends question. He asked me Full House questions. And we pick a winner from there. So it was a lot of fun to record this. I hope you enjoy it. You're going to get a few minutes of this special episode. And if you want to hear the rest of it and get exclusive access to the other bonus episodes and content we've done, such as an Office-themed game, a Christmas-themed game, and an Outdoors-themed game, as well as many other things like stickers and t-shirts and magnets, and as well as the opportunity to write questions for the show, which of course I'm going to give you credit for, you can head right over to the website, click on it, sign up, support us. We really appreciate it, and enjoy this special preview episode. Hello and welcome, Patreons, to this very special bonus episode right here on the Patreon-only Trivia Fight Night feed. This show is only for you guys that have decided to help build this community around Trivia Fight Night, help support me in my endeavors, and I really do appreciate everything you guys have done for me, and for that reason, I wanted to bring back on my friend Jeremy Cahnmann. We had talked about this in his episode when he came in with Brain Bash and Whoop My Butt, and we talked about doing a Friends versus Full House episode. And that's what you're here listening to. Now, Jeremy, go ahead real quick, introduce yourself again, and tell us about Brain Bash.
So I run a trivia company here in Chicago, Illinois called Brain Bash Trivia. I've been doing that for basically a little over a decade at this point. And one of the things I do specialize in is I do a lot of theme nights. So I do Friends Trivia. It's probably one of the most popular things I do. It happens to be my personal favorite TV show. I just got finished doing a 10-week Friends Trivia League where I literally did every week was just specific to one season of the show.
Oh my God.
And I mean, I asked some stuff that is so like I would ask stuff along the lines of, what were the bands that Rachel had posters of in her room when she was in high school? Because there's an episode where Ross and Rachel go back to Rachel's old home and they're in her bedroom and you just see the posters on the walls. They don't even comment on them, but you would have to like freeze frame. And like, so, I mean, I ask questions to that level of specificity. I can't say that word, but you know what I mean. That's specific. And, it was a lot of fun. We gave away a trip to New York for the winning team.
Wow.
We gave away cash to second and third place. It was great. It was a lot of fun. I love it. It's amazing. No matter how often I do Friends trivia, no matter how much I watch the show, I still laugh. I never get tired of it. So
that's great.
I better do well.
You better. With that introduction, you better do well. And honestly, I think you will, because as we've discussed before, I've seen Friends. I laugh when I watch it, but digging into it like that has just not been I have not seen every episode, stuff like that. Now, On the flip side of that, I'm going to be doing Full House, and the reason I chose Full House is not because I know a lot about it. It's just because I liked it. I've seen every episode, maybe not super recently, because I think Friends has a little bit more staying power than 1990 episodes of Full House where they fix all the world's problems in 22 minutes but, with a group hug. But, that being said, I'm a fan of the show, and I think that if you're a 90s kid, there's some crossover there. So I think a lot of people that are listening to this, they will appreciate it coming from both angles. So you kind of got like, your preteen 90s kid into your high school / college years 90s kid fan base here, but of course all ages. But I have a joke in my stand-up where I'm very thankful for Full House being back on the air with the new rendition of Fuller House, because Netflix has finally made it appropriate for me to masturbate to the show again.
Well, there you go. I mean,
as a growing boy, I was a big DJ Tanner fan. We'll just say that.
So you're a little younger than me. I was more of an Alyssa Milano, Samantha Maselli fan from Who's the Boss. But
nothing wrong there. Nothing wrong there.
And Punky Brewster, Soleil Moon Frye from Punky Brewster. But those are my two childhood crushes.
Oh yeah, there's a good trivia question. What was Punky Brewster's friend's name on the show?
Cherry?
Yeah, it was Cherry. Yeah, I haven't thought about that in decades. It just you mentioned that and it made me think about it. So, all right. Well, we play these bonus games a little bit different, especially with this one, because it's going to be pretty hard to do a knockout round question. So that partakes both shows into it. So this is just going to be a straight up exhibition match. 8 questions. The first 3 will be either or, true or false, just like a normal game of Trivia Fight Night, and then 5 fill in the blanks, and we'll see who is up at the end. And I'm telling you right now, if I miss one, it's going to be him. All right, well, here we go. We'll hop right in real quick. We're not going to get to the rules. You guys are Patreons. You know the rules. Here we go. What sport did Monica play in high school? Was it cheerleading or field hockey?
She was a big fat goalie on the field hockey team.
He even knows the position. That's right. Yeah, she was. And I didn't think about the fact that she was heavy set in high school. Maybe I should have chose a different option than cheerleading, but you wouldn't have missed it either way. You wouldn't have missed it either way. So. Well,
yeah, she famously had the nickname "Big Fat Goalie." So
I didn't even know. I didn't even know that.
Oh yes, that's a very, very popular. Whenever I do Friends trivia, there's always a team that calls themselves Big Fat Goalie.
Ah, okay.
Because that was her nickname on the field hockey team.
Makes sense. All right, 10 points for you. Here we go. What friend is terrified by Lord of the Dance, Michael Flatley? Joey or Chandler?
His legs flail about as if independent from his body. That would be Chandler and his fears and pet peeves. That is. By the way, both those questions are from the same episode of the show.
Yeah, there's another one coming up soon.
They're from the one with all the embryos when the Chandler and Joey bet apartments with Monica and Rachel, and Ross creates a little game show. And those are two of the questions in that episode. But yeah, listen, it's one of the best episodes of the show. So by all means, keep asking about it.
All right, you mentioned that they have done flashbacks before. One of the flashbacks I've seen them do is where they go back to high school because Ross, Monica, and Rachel all attended high school together.
Yep.
Which presidential name is their high school? Lincoln High or Jefferson High?
They are in the very first episode of the show. Monica introduces Rachel as another Lincoln High survivor.
Lincoln High.
They went to Lincoln High.
Yep, yeah, that's correct. And we're going to go ahead, because this is fun, we're going to go ahead and run through the rest of these. And then we'll do Full House next, because
okay,
you're going to smoke all these. So
all right, let's do it.
We're going to play with the formula a little bit right here, but
I like it.
So these are fill in the blank. So how many categories for towels does Monica have? And that's going to wrap up the bonus episode Friends vs. Full House preview. If you want to hear the rest of the questions, hear the rest of the show, and find out who actually won this thing, all you got to do again is head over to triviafightnight.com and sign up for our Patreon, and you will automatically be sent a link which you can add to your favorite podcast player, and the world is yours. Thanks a lot, guys, and we'll see you next time on Trivia Fight Night.
This has been Trivia Fight Night. If you are a trivia fighter yourself or interested in bonus shows, extra content, and or merchandise, please make sure you visit our website, triviafightnight.com. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the fight. We'll be back next time for another Trivia Fight Night.